Yo, what's up guys? It's Martin again, and today we're going to go over drill movements while marching. This is a bit different from drill movements that I talked about before, because now we're going to be going over your columns, your flanks, change step, about face, or not about face, to the rears, I'm sorry, and all that different kind of stuff. So this is a bit different, but treat it as an add-on to the last video, which you can watch here. But if you have seen that and you still want to learn more, you're in the right place. So first, let's get into DCID and a flight. Alright, so what we're going to go over now is DCID. Dress, cover, interval, distance. You'll hear about that a lot, so don't forget it. So now use your imagination, these are three different people in this element with me. This is a full flight and the people behind me. Just imagine it. Look at a picture if you got to do it. So first, your dress. Your dress is, you should be even, exactly even with the person to your right. That's how it works. So if I were to put my hand up, I should be touching this person's shoulder. That's how it should be. And then same with him. And the person on the very end doesn't do anything. They set the dress. They are like that, they're the template, you could say. They set the tone, you could say. So now, you're covered. So if I'm behind this person, again, I'll imagine, the MTI, if someone's right in front of them, they should not see me. My face and my body should be completely covered by this person who's ahead of me. If they see your face, you're doing it wrong. Now, your interval. Your interval is also the spacing between you, so about 40 inches, was it not? Full arm's length distance, that's your interval. I should be able to touch his back. Just about. Right here, 40 inches. So, yeah, that sounds about right. And now your distance. It's kind of like interval, but different. 24-inch steps. So, not this. Normal 24-inch steps. That's all it is. Remember that your DCID, you'll hear about it so much. If you master this now, you're saving yourself so much trouble. So like I said, just imagine this is a flight. Now, what I want to cover really quickly is when you're in a full flight and you're doing a column. Because I have this out here, I'm going to go over this right now. So in a column right, it depends on what part of the element you're in. So say this person is leading the flight and we're going to the right. So put yourself in my perspective, that way. So we're going straight. In a column right, you're doing a full 90-degree pivot and then going immediately into 24 or 12-inch steps, sorry. People on the other elements, they're doing something a bit different. They're not doing a 90-degree turn. If I can find a picture, I'll put it up for you to make more sense. So essentially, this person, because he's next to this person, can't do a full 90 because then he's going to bump into his back and then it's just going to look terrible. So what he's going to do is we're all going to pivot at the same time, but instead, I'm going to take a 45-degree pivot, take 2 steps. Oops, sorry. I'm talking and doing this at the same time, it's throwing me off. So, pivot, 1, 2, pivot. And then when you catch up to him, when he's at your dress, remember that your dress, when you go to his side, you go into 24. Same thing, it goes down the cycle. So this person, but instead of taking 2 steps, you're going to take 4. And then 6, and so on and so forth. And it works the same for the left. So take that, flip it, and then you got the left side. So this person on a column left, we'll be doing the 90-degree immediate 24-inch or 12-inch steps. Then 2, 4, 6. That's it. Remember that. If I can find a picture, I'll put it up for you again. That's what you have to do. It depends on where what element you're in, so always be mentally aware of where you are. Usually your MTIs won't do this until 2nd, 3rd week of training. Yeah, sounds about right. Usually what they'll have you do at first, you'll hear this a lot. Guide incline 90 degrees to your right, and then your guide will do something like this kind of crap, and then you're all going to flow to the right. That's how everyone's going to know you're baby flight, because you don't know what the hell you're doing. That's what people are going to know by how you march. So if you guys can set the tone quicker, get more respect, your MTIs will like you a lot more if you already know what you're doing. Trust me, it's going to save you a lot of trouble. So now that we've covered the column, I want to show you the actual movement you have to perform to make it look good. Alright, so now we went over where you have to be in an element for how many steps you take in a column right and left. But you guys don't know how to perform the actual movement, so we're going to go over that now. So first, we're going to talk about a column right. So I'm actually in the 4th element and the 1st element. So in a column half, no one does the 12-inch or anything like that. You all just go. You all just do it. Doesn't matter. For halves, full is different. You remember that. So I'm in the 4th element, and I'm going to call forward arch and the half column. Notice, so if I'm going to a column right, or half column right, I call it on the right foot. So I start column half right, arch. Then the next foot, bam. Just like that. So if you're going left, call it on the left foot. If you're going right, call it on the right foot. Remember that. So for a full boom perspective, and then we'll go in slow motion for you. So, ready? Always gonna do this. Flight of my command. Flight, attention, hut! Forward, hut! Come, half right, hut! Okay, I didn't call a halt, doesn't matter. So you got a boom perspective, now I'm gonna go in slow motion for you. So, keep an eye on my feet. So, forward arch, call them half right, hooch, and then the next foot, boom, just like that. When you pivot on the tip. Don't be the person who does this on their heels, because then it just looks weird. People do that, surprisingly. So, boom, just like that. The tip, just dig in, like you're playing baseball. So now we're gonna go over left. So I'm gonna act as if I'm in the first element to save myself some room. All right, same thing, just flip it. It's the same thing, but I'll go in slow motion and fast so you guys can get a good idea. Flight at my command. Flight, attention, hut! Forward, hut! Come half left, hut! Flight, hut! That's what I did. So now, let's go in slow motion. Pay attention to my feet. So, I'm at attention, we start marching. Call them half left, hooch, boom, just like that. It's so simple. Even a caveman can do it. Don't sue me. Anyways, so now we're gonna go over your flanks. This is easy. The only difference with a flank is the whole flight does it simultaneously. It's different from a column. In a column, the element leaders will set the tone of where your direction goes. In a flank, the whole flight's doing this, and you're gonna end up in a line formation. You'll learn about that at basic. So for a flank, it's the same thing. So, you're gonna call it on the right foot, just like you're doing to a half. Oh, crap. There. Right flank, hooch, and then right here, the minute you go for a pivot, pin your hands. All right, and then boom, just like this. So you're back here again, boom. So remember, opposite hands. You don't move these out to start taking steps. So now I'll do it fast, you guys can get a good perspective. Right flank, hooch. Just like that. It's very easy. Like I said, in this, the whole flight's gonna perform this movement, hopefully at the same time. So then you're gonna end up with a whole different kind of looking flight, called a line formation. So now, we're gonna go over left flank. Same thing. Like I said, all these movements, guys, are basically just flipping into the other direction. At least right now they are. So now we're going over left flank. You all right? So nice and slow. Left flank, hooch. Stop here, pin your hands. The minute he calls harch, pin your hands, boom. Just like this. Now nice and fast. Left flank, hooch. It's very easy. So that's basically your flanks, and it's the same movement you perform when depending on what element you're in for a column. So like I said, if we're calling column right, you're the first element, you're performing that movement, and then the people behind you will perform it too when they get up to the point where you performed it. So say I performed it right on this line. People behind me won't perform it until they hit the line. Then they'll get here, then they'll do it. They don't do it right then and there. They wait till they get to where you were, then they do it. So the whole flight stays in the same formation. On a flank, everyone just does it, and it looks pretty cool if it's done right. So yeah, there's that. Two more movements to talk about. Now, we have change step. This one, it's hard to master. Even I haven't gotten it fully yet. So I'll go in slow motion so you guys can see it. This movement is used for when people are out of step to get back in step. So essentially what you do is they call change step, hooch. Bam. You're gonna take your right foot and just slap the back end of your foot and then just like come out of it. It's really weird. It doesn't feel really natural, so you have to really practice it at first. So hold on. Let's try this at fast speed. Change step, hooch. And then, yeah. I might have called it on the wrong foot. If I did, I'll put it right up here so you guys can actually see it on picture. On the right foot's actually supposed to be called on. I'll try it on the right just to see. Change step, march. Yep, it's the right foot. My fault, it's the right foot. So now we're gonna talk about to the rear. So there's multiple ways to do this movement, but I'm gonna go over the way that I learned in basic, and then I'll give you guys some cooler variants so you guys can feel pretty cool when you go to basic training. So basically the way you do it is just like this one. Hold on. To the rear. Hold on, nope, right foot. To the rear, perch. You're gonna take your hands, pin them again. Take your left foot, smack the tip toes of your right foot. Boom. But notice, come over here. Notice that when I'm like this, the first thing you do is you don't take a 24 inch, you take a half, and then you keep going. Oh, yeah. Boom. So I'll perform it fast so you guys can see it. Just like that. You're gonna have to take that one step coming out of it, a half. So that way, because essentially everyone has to get back in step with each other, and so that way everyone's just not like doing whatever and getting out of step because it looks really weird. Now I'll show you guys the way that the black ropes here do it, your drill team at your tech school. So instead of doing this, pivoting, you're doing the same thing, except you're just gonna take it, swing it over, and come out like this. So that way you already have like that nice little, your already feet are back in instead of kind of like this, because then they're like close together. It just feels really, like your feet are really close together. You have a nice spacing that actually feels more like you're walking as opposed to like being like your knees are touching and everything. So I'll do it nice and fast so you guys can see it. To the rear, push. Yeah, that's it. And then there's one other way to do it. This one I have not mastered. It's really weird, so I'm gonna perform it stationary so you guys can see it, because this one's just awkward. So essentially it's this, you go like this, so you're gonna take your left foot, bing, bing, boom, you got it. It's really awkward, I know. I haven't done it really perfected it either. So again, pin, slap, slap, back, together, then walk, or march. It's really awkward. You will not learn that movement in the basic. That is a extra drill movement that you can learn if you decide to at your tech school, drill team. If you go honor guard, I'm so happy for you because I couldn't do it. I think that's basically it. I don't think I missed anything, but if I did, let's go to it. Alright, so one thing I want to talk about really quick before I let you guys go is your cover. This is really important, believe it or not. It'll be saving your life a lot of times. So getting your cover is one of the biggest things because it's like your fixing thing. It helps everyone fix and get back in line. So say we're done marching and I end up here. I'm not in line with these guys. This is my element, but I'm not there. Cover. You're gonna take short, choppy steps and get back in line. You won't move your head and see, oh crap, where am I at? If you have to, don't. But when they call cover, just short, choppy steps and you just stay there, and that's it. Now also works if we're done marching and I end up here, but I'm supposed to be covered to this guy. Well shoot, they can see me, I don't got my cover. Cover. It's easy, just short, choppy steps. Something like lightning. That's what my MTI says, it's just something like lightning. So, again, if I need to combine these two, if I'm like right here, element leader's over here, and I don't got here. So, I'm supposed to be here. This will be your best friend when you guys are still new to marching and you don't know what you're doing. Calling cover is great, but if you don't need it, it's fantastic. If they call cover and nobody moves because you've got your cover in your distance, fantastic. But you'll need it for a while. And that's basically it. One thing to note, more than anything, is just that a lot of this does take practice. I mean, I'm not perfect at it. I'm really not. You guys saw me. I messed up multiple times. This takes practice. I promise. I mean, I'm trying to get my black rope here. Hopefully in a video I'll have it for drill team here, but doesn't mean I'm gonna be perfect. No one is. It takes practice and you will learn. Everyone gets there. Nobody's perfect, I promise. That's the whole video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this and found it informative. Next video we're gonna do should be on what to bring to BMT, what not to bring, and stuff like that. Things that we found helpful and things that we brought that was just a waste of my money. That's basically it. Hope you guys enjoyed.